Hello, everyone. Welcome back for another episode of Make It Monday. I am just a few minutes early here, coming in, making sure everything is set up for us. I think I need to slide this thing. This just tad there. Because for some reason I don't know what my camera is picking up on the side of the screen. Okay, there we go. I got it out of there. So I have been very, very busy all day today, moving stuff into the barn, trying to get all of my stuff from this room in my house out to the barn. And so I have been working like crazy today. Hence the fact why you guys are not spun around the other way to see my room and myself like I normally have. But it's because I have my bed is literally full of stuff. And when we're done here, I'm going to have to quickly get all the stuff off of my bed so my husband can go to sleep because as most of you guys know, he has to get up at like 2:30 in the morning so he can be to work by around 3:30. So he has been helping me so much get everything moved out there. This will probably be my last video in here. I'm hoping this week that I can work my tail off and get everything out there. So we spent a couple of days, or no, we spent Friday up in Phoenix because we don't have an IKEA down here in Tucson. So our closest IKEA is up in Phoenix. So me and my mom took a trip up to Phoenix on Friday and got all of my shelving that I needed. And then so yesterday I spent the day building the drawers and stuff that go inside of the cabinet that I bought. So yeah, so I'm really excited. It's starting to really kind of take shape and become what it needs to be for me to be functionable in there. I actually went over to my mom's today and I got the coffee pot and I got all the coffee cups. So my next project is I'm going to put my logo, this Pink Barn Stamper logo. I want to get that put on all of the coffee mugs that I have in there. I just think that'd be kind of fun. So yeah, so that is what my week has looked like. And so I'm trying to look at the calendar here. I have to give a big shout out to Miss Vicky Ekins. Happy birthday to her. It is her birthday, and she also went in. I just messaged her this morning. She was letting us know that she had her knee replacement done on Thursday. She said that she just got home a couple of days ago, and today she actually had her first PT. And so she's tired, and she said that she planned on sleeping for the day. So I don't blame her on that one, but I was so glad to hear that she was getting to her PT appointments, especially on her birthday. But obviously she knows that it is very important for her to get to that physical therapy, because that's what will help her with her mobility. Hello, Melanie. Hello, Vicky. Hello, Wendy. Hello, Georgia. Hello, Karen. Welcome, you guys. Today is Monday, the 28th. We are going to be creating 3 super adorable cards. I am using the Sweetest Star. I'm sure a lot of you guys have that because it is just so adorable. Now, if you are anything like me, I love a good punch. And with this set, it has this really awesome star with it. So this punch, when you buy the full bundle, you'll get this star punch here. This punch, I'm pretty certain is going to be one that we all have and use as a staple, whether or not we use the Sweetest Star for the upcoming, you know, months ahead of us. But I'm pretty sure this star punch is going to be one that we will all be using, just because we don't really have any other stars. And so this is really cool. I love punches for the fact that if you are anybody who is going to invite people over to your house and do some crafting, it's really easy for people to use and line up to your stamp sets. And you can stamp other sentiments inside of it. And it really works well for that. Punches are less intimidating than dies are, because we all have used punches, whether it be back in school or, you know, if we use them now during our crafting, it just does make life a lot easier. So I'm trying to look at the calendar. And so happy early Halloween. That is coming up on Thursday. Now, don't forget, Thursday is the last day of the month. It's when a lot of our promotions are ending, but don't fret. That normally means that there are some great things to come ahead of us for the month of November. Also, the other thing that I wanted to mention to you guys is I need everybody, if you're on my private group, Pink Barn Stampers group over on Facebook, make sure I have your birthday and your address. So I like to send people birthday cards out, and I also like to give everybody a shout out on their special day over on the group. Everybody likes to come in there and wish you a happy birthday as well. It's just a really good way to make you feel like you are loved and you're being thought about. I will post a graphic tomorrow where you can come in. If you know that I don't have your birth date and your address, I will post tomorrow a graphic that you can put in your day, but do not put your address on the Facebook page. You'll have to either, I normally will reply back to you if I don't have your address. I will reply to you where to either my email, send it to my email, so that's private, nobody else is seeing it. And also, you could do it through Facebook Messenger. So, oh, look, Vicky is on here. See, she knew we were talking about her. And today is also your 48th wedding anniversary. Well, look at you go, girl. Hopefully you can get out. I know you're probably not in any condition to want to go out and do anything, but maybe, and you know, in the celebration could go for many days. So don't feel like you have to go out and do it all today. Maybe you and the hubby can go out, you know, later on the week, whatever, when you're starting to feel a little bit better. But definitely make sure you get your rest. That is probably number one. Hello, Linda. It's probably the best medicine there is making sure you definitely get that rest. She did mention that she has been up and walking and she is getting around. So that is kudos to her, because some people really try to baby a situation like that. And, you know, your doctors let you know that that's not the best thing for your outcome. But then again, some people like myself, I've expressed this many, many times. I am a wimp when it comes to pain. So for me, it would be a chore to get me up and walking after something like that. So I knock on wood every day that my knees stay stay nice and hinged like they need to be. Now I need an anniversary card for Vicky. There you go. Yep. Stone cold ice cream. Ooh, there you go. That sounds fun. Alrighty. So let me think. Oh, the other thing that I wanted to mention to you guys. So normally I would be going live on Halloween on the last Thursday of the month to share with you guys the alternatives that I make for the paper pumpkin that just came out. That paper pumpkin is called the Nests of Christmas. Now, since I'm not going to be live on Halloween, since we are going to be out and about doing our thing with the kids, and my friend has invited us over to a little get together at her house, I decided that I'm going to go ahead within the next couple of days. I'm going to make a video, a pre-recorded, so then I'll post that. So it'll be like a live, not so live for you guys. So watch for that Thursday. I will post that roughly around 5 o'clock, so you guys will be able to see that. If you're not going out and doing anything on Halloween, you guys can sit at home in the comfort of your home and see my alternatives that I've created for the Nests of Christmas paper pumpkin. Alrighty, so let's get to a couple of our promotions that are going on, and again, that are ending on the 31st. So if you have been looking at any of the promotions that I've shown you over the last month, just know that they are coming to an end. So our starter kit, to begin with, this is $155 worth of product that you get to choose out of any of our current catalogs or our online exclusives. Now, I will note in there that we are in a pre-order for online exclusives. So you will be opened up to a whole new page of online exclusives that you as a customer have not been able to see. But once you go in and you click that join button, then it will bring you up a whole plethora of online exclusives, because you can add those to your starter kit. That starter kit is still only $99, even though you get to pick $30 more than our regular monthly starter kit. You get to pick $155 now. So again, that is $99. This is going to include some business supplies in there. You're going to get catalogs. You're going to get free shipping. Woohoo! That in itself is worth the $99 you're going to pay for this starter kit. There are no hidden gimmicks to this. It is what it is. You never have to place another order past that if you do not choose to, but just know that you are going to get a discount on your further upcoming purchases that you make as a demonstrator. So that's always a huge perk as well. 30% off on our kit collections. Again, this ends on October 31st. There are some wonderful kits in our shop right now. So I have a upcoming class that I'm going to be doing in the beginning of December. That is one of our kits class. It's where we're going to sit down and we're going to make some ornaments. So we have a Christmas ornament kit that is wonderful. These make wonderful gifts for people as well. So if you don't know what to give somebody, really take a look at these kits. Everybody likes to give cards. Everybody likes to make little gifts. And there's so many different kits that we have out there. Some are very basic where they don't even have a stamp set in them. Everything is just prepared, ready to go. All they have to do is glue it down and make a card. So people who are more on the beginner side of it don't have to worry about having inks and all that. But if they would like to try the ink and stamp, we do have kits that come with these stamp sets, and they have little ink spots in them so they can give their hand in a try of stamping. So it's just an all-in-one kit that it comes with everything that you need to be able to create some really, really cute projects in here. Some are 3D projects, some are just cards. So you can go through the whole kits collection and see which one is best suited for your needs. For this month, we are in the November Filled with Joy paper pumpkin subscription. This goes through November 10th. It says celebrate Christmas with adorable stockings and gift tags. This is going to make 8 projects, 8 stockings with 8 gift tags. So they are these little cute fabric stockings right here. It's going to come with some pre-cut paper pieces, the safety pins, and specialty gold foil. These would be really cute to hang on your Christmas tree as well. So you could put little gift cards inside of these. You can fill them with a couple of little candy canes. You could do strictly candy in them if you choose, but these make little great gift packaging also. It is also going to come with a cute, unique little box here. So as you can see, it's not just the plain red paper pumpkin box. So the really fun thing you can do with these boxes is once you're done making your little stockings here, you can hang those, and then you can use this as a gift giving box. That's always kind of fun as well. So again, these are an all-in-one kit. These come to your door monthly. This is a subscription. Now we do have a prepaid way of getting this as well. If you don't want to do the month-to-month paying, you can pay for a subscription, and that's a prepaid subscription. So then you pick and choose which kits you want. So for instance, like if this kit wasn't a kit that you wanted, you could always go into your subscription and you could cancel this kit and not get this one if you choose. So just to let you know that that does work that way. So you will find out everything you need to know over on my blog, pinkbarnstamper.com. There are different kinds of promotions. If you go to the right-hand side, there's a categories. Scroll down that. There is a paper pumpkin kit there, or button there, that you can click, and it will talk all about the paper pumpkin kits. I share my past paper pumpkin alternatives with you guys. So if you have past kits and you haven't played with them yet, you can go in there and you can see what those are about. Also, if you go to the promotions under the categories, that's where you're going to see all the current promotions happening as well. So with this current quarter that we are in, we are offering the Merry Tags and More dies add-on. So you can see this picture here, but this picture doesn't really give you a size like reference. So just to let you see how big this tag is that comes with this, it is really, really good sized. You can stamp an image in here. You can put a little sentiment on there. A couple of our stamp set have like the to and from, so you could put that on there for a tag if you want to put it on a gift. Also, here's this big like leaf fern. I know we kind of went over this last week. You guys had asked the size difference between this and the one that's in the Autumn Expressions. So this one's quite big. It's roughly 3 inches in height on this fern. And then you've got the word Merry. So that would be fun. If you have any stamp sets that say Christmas, you could do the die cut of the word Merry and then stamp the word Christmas in a different color. So this is a really neat little die set to have as well. And so you can use that forever on any of your projects. And then last but not least, there is still time to get yourself registered if you are local here in the Tucson area and you are interested in learning all things scrapbooking. I am offering an in-person class here at my home in the Pink Barn. This class, I am offering it on Thursday, November 7th and Saturday, November 9th. This is a class that you will come and you will make and take a 2-page 12 by 12 fall autumn scrapbook layout, and then you can go home and you can add your photos to it. It even includes what size photos that you need to have, so you can put those right on your memory keepsaking layouts to put in an album and display for many years to come. They're fun to share with your family and friends. So there is a registration form on my blog. If you go to pinkbarnstamper.com and you click over on that right-hand category and you go to the in-person classes, then you are going to go into a page that you're going to see this, scroll down, and it says register now. It is the words that say register now, and they're in blue. So when you click that, it's going to take you over to the form to get yourself registered for this class. So it's going to be super fun. I cannot wait for this class. Alrighty, you guys. So as I was telling you guys that we are going to be playing with the Sweetest Star. That is this one right here, this super fun stamp set today. So I am offering a kit of these 3 cards that we're going to be creating today. So when you shop in my store and you spend $35 or more, and you must use my current October host code. Now this kit runs through the what is it? The 2nd of November. And I think I messed up and put the wrong date on something. Hold on. Just a moment. Yeah, I think I put the 5th on something else. I don't remember though. I did. See, I was looking at October. So this kit will run through the 2nd of November. So when you place an order through the 2nd, you are going to get this fun kit in the mail from me. And this is where you will be able to create the 3 cards that I am sharing with you guys tonight. So it includes this little like thank you letter on the front. It also lets you know that you're going to get the PDFs in here, the project sheets that walk you through how to create the card. It's also going to have images on there so you can see the completed cards and how I'm doing things. This is going to include all the scraps that you need for the cards that we're making. You're going to get the bases, the scraps, any of the items that I'm using or dies that I'm using aside this set. I will make sure that I have those die cut for you and put in here. But you will need to have the Sweetest Star stamp set and the punch to create these cards as intended. So you can find that in my store, shopdannygarola.com. And then you will go right into the shop button. And then up at the top, you can search Sweetest Star and it'll bring up this bundle for you. And then you can purchase that from there. Okay, let's go ahead and do our giveaways from last week. So let me get my little tag here. Set this over here so I know who I'm giving things to. So this first card, we made this really neat little fun fold. That's the inside of the card. May the beauty of the season fill your heart with joy. Now I did use the Autumn Expressions last week for our kit. And this card sits like this. So it's a really, really pretty displayed card. The barn is coming along wonderfully. Thank you for asking, Vicki. I got my shelves set up. I have my desk set up out there. Now it's just, I was actually going to try to do tonight's video out there, but we have to wait for the electrician. My husband just doesn't feel quite confident enough to hook up the mini split that's out there, which is a air conditioner heater unit. He just doesn't feel comfortable enough hooking that up. So he wants to have an electrician come out and do it. And our electrician said that he couldn't be out until the following week. So I have a window unit out there in the barn and it is extremely loud. So that kind of made me know, nope, I have to wait on all the inside stuff. I've moved shelving and that kind of stuff out there. But as far as what I need my hands on while I'm doing a video, I have still inside of the house. But when I go to do my current videos, I'm going to have everything be out there because our weather is supposed to start cooling down where hopefully, fingers crossed, I won't have to worry about having an AC running at the present time. This weekend, we were in the hundreds. Or just barely at 100. And now we are supposed to be getting a cold front coming in. So we're supposed to be staying down in the 70s. So that's perfect weather for me. So this card here, but thanks for asking. Yes, it is. It's coming together. It's just time consuming, as we all know when you're moving stuff around and setting things up, because you want everything to have functionality as well when it's something that you're using as far as making a video and doing classes and that kind of stuff. So this first card here, this is using the Autumn Expression bundle that we did last week. This one here for liking last week's video. So when you smash that little thumbs up button up there in the top corner, that is going to get you entered for a card for liking this video. This is going to Lois Twozowski. Lois Twerkwowski. I'm probably slaughtering your last name. I am not good at pronouncing people's names. So Lois Twozowski, this card is coming to you. I do not have your address. So if you can please email me your address at stampinthepinkbarn@gmail.com. give me your address and I can send this beautiful card to you just like so. And then for commenting last week, we made this really, really pretty like framed artwork on this kind of wallpapery look kind of card here. This one says, "May the beauty of the season fill your heart with joy." This is going to Miss Frida Alsip. Frida, this is coming to you for commenting. So Frida just came in, said, "Hi, what's up? Let me know where she's watching me from." And that is how she won this card here. So that's going to Frida. And then the last card we have here, this one is this beautiful, almost like another framed artwork, just in a different aspect here. This one is Grateful for You. This is just a really beautiful, simple card. I'm also going to be including some of the iridescent rhinestone basic jewels. These are beautiful because they are iridescent, so they change colors with the projects that you put them with. So as you can see, I put some of the Cajun Craze little embellishments over here, but you could actually use these on this color. But look, if I was to grab this card and put it with that, look how it grabs like the purple out of that iridescent. It's really kind of crazy how these iridescent jewels match with pretty much everything. So that is going to come with this card. Now for sharing this video, so when you click on the video, you can see that there is a share button there right below my name. You can share it to either Facebook, you can share it to here on YouTube. I'm just going to go ahead and share it over on Facebook just to make sure that we have people coming in and seeing our live video right now. And then I will click back and come back over here. Now, once you hit that share button and you see that it is shared to our the destination that you want it to be at, make sure you come back over here and you live chat there so I can see that you have shared the video for me. And that's what's going to get you entered into the share category. All right, so this card is going to be going to Miss Vicky Ekins. So Vicky, thank you so much for sharing my video. You are going to get these beautiful gems here along with this gorgeous card to share with who you desire. Okay, I'm going to set those aside. Make sure I put my tag back on there so I don't forget who is getting what. Okay, let's go ahead and get started with our first card. So each card is placed into its own envelope. So then when you get your kit, you'll just pull out your first envelope. There's going to be 3 envelopes in there. All of your pieces are going to be tucked inside of your envelope. So when you go to pull it out, just remember that anything that goes on the inside of your card is going to be tucked behind your card base. So when I pull this out, there is one of the inside pieces. Now I didn't grab a base to this, so let me grab a inside piece. And so in the picture of this video, I actually did this card in red, and I will show it to you when I'm done. But I wanted to show you 2 different options of colors that this card turns out gorgeous no matter what color you use. So I have shaded spruce here. This is 5.5 by 8.5, and we've scored it at 4 1/4. So I'm just going to go ahead and make sure I have a nice good crease on that. So there is my card base. The next piece I have, this is from our designer series paper. This is the Seasons of Green and Gold. So I have picked this beautiful piece here that has kind of these little gold starbursts on here. So this piece here is 3 by 5.5, so it's the full length of my card base. I have a scrap of basic white. I have a little 1/4 inch by 5.5 inch piece of my gold foil, and then I have a piece of my gold foil for my punching and things that I'm going to be doing on this card here. So first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all my other pieces. I'm going to put those inside of my card and place that aside. I need to grab a... let me find one that is in green here. Oh, there's a green. All my little sponges here. So you're going to need a blending brush for this. And then I'm just going to go like that. Make sure that none of that color is going to leak. I am grabbing the shaded spruce, so the same color as my base. I'm also going to have a paper towel sitting here handy. And now I'm going to come in here and I'm going to grab some of this ink. And I'm going to kind of just lightly get those little smooshy parts off there. And then I'm going to start adding that ink right over the top of this very vanilla paper here. I know one nice thing about having the weather cool down is we can actually be able to shut our AC off and open the windows and enjoy some fresh air from the outdoors. So for Halloween this year, my son came to me because we were kind of trying to talk about costumes and that kind of stuff, because we try to do something that's kind of themed for all of us to just kind of go together. So since we're going to my friend's house, we decided, well, he decided that it would be a good idea if we all dress up like the characters from Bob's Burgers. Or Bob's Burger. Now, I've never seen the show. It's kind of like an adult cartoon. So I'm going to play the mom. My husband's going to play... So the mom's name is Linda. My husband's going to play Bob, the dad. This is a very messy project, so just know that. So my husband's going to play Bob, the dad. And my daughter's going as... I think her name is Lois. She's the daughter. And then I can't remember the son's name, but my son's dressing up as him. So I was on Amazon yesterday ordering kind of last minute costume ideas. So it'll be cute. You guys will be able to see pictures. I'll make sure you get a family picture of all of us. Okay, so I'm just taking my paper towel at this point and see all of my gold bursts in here. I just want to make sure that I get all the ink off of that gold, so those still come up and pop out and you see that beautiful gold print there. So there is my piece of designer series paper. So what I'm going to do with this is going to get adhered right over to the side here. But before I do that, I'm going to grab that little 1/4 inch piece of gold foil. And what I'm going to do is grab the glue booger off of my glue first, and down the side of my designer series paper, I'm just going to put a little tiny bead of glue on there, and then I'm going to adhere that gold foil right on the side of that. Just kind of is a nice little pop of gold. Hello, Tammy from Montana. Welcome. And so it just gives you kind of a really elegant look to this. So I'm going to now adhere this over to the side. And it is going to line up right on the edge of my paper here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to turn it sideways. And then I'm going to lay this down like so I can see the edges of my paper. Just like that. And isn't that so pretty, that tone on tone? But then you have those starbursts of that gold in there. It's just really kind of elegant. Okay, so that is the first part we're going to do. Then we are going to come in here and we are going to grab our star punch. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to grab my chamois here really quick. Try to get some of this ink off my fingers so I'm not transferring it to every other project. There we go. Okay, that should be good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my gold paper here and I'm just going to punch 2 of my stars. Now what I'm going to do with these stars is I'm going to grab my paper trimmer and I'm going to put the point, one of the points, and then one of the kind of like little divots in there, and I'm going to cut this way, okay, like so. And I'm going to take my other star and I'm going to turn it and I'm going to go, it's pretty much the same way, but I'm just going to do it the opposite way on there. So I put the point at the bottom. You're still cutting it in half regardless how you see it. So you've got 4 halves there. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to slide those aside. I'm going to take my white scrap here and I'm going to stamp the sentiment, if I can find my sentiment down here. This one is the sentiment that says, "May your days be bright and merry." And I'm again going to take that shaded spruce. I'm going to just stamp this right kind of in the center-ish of that white. And then grab my punch again. Hello, Courtney. Hello, Frida. I didn't even see you pop in here. Okay, so there is my star. I'm going to line that up and center that in there. Hello, Linda. And then I'm going to punch that out. And there is my pretty little star with my sentiment in it. And this sentiment really goes perfect in this star. The way that they aligned all the words really looks good on this. Hold on a minute. Let me go see if everybody turned their internet off. Give me 2 seconds. Can you make sure that her... Okay. Okay. So my husband, I guess when he turned the TV on, it turned one of our gaming systems on, and it is a gaming system that hasn't been touched in a while. So he said it is updating and there's no way for him to turn it off. So he's hoping that it doesn't affect too many things. He's in there going, "God, I wish I could have stopped it," but oh well. We'll make it through. Are we still blurry? I think it looks okay now. I think it was just when he started that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I am going to take the, I'm going to take this first part here, and I'm going to align this where I'm kind of just getting this star in the center of that first point, but I'm going to have an outline. So I'm going to make, because I can't make the star any bigger than what it is in the punch, I'm going to now create, using all these little pieces, a kind of a dimensional looking piece that goes behind there. So I have a shadowing of the gold. So I'm going to go like that. Like so. So there's the first portion. Helps if I get it straight in there. Okay. Blurry again. Gosh darn it. I'm sorry. I wish there was something I could do about it, but there's really nothing I can do at this point. Okay, then I'm going to take the next part and I'm going to bring this down over here on this side. Or actually, I think I need to go like that. There we go. So I'm going to bring this over to this point. So you're just kind of moving it around, actually making a border with your okay, like that. Then our next piece is going to go, helps if I line it up right here. Okay, there's that. Let's see, I messed this one up. I need to take this one off. Okay, and then the next one is going to come right over here. So you're just going to take each piece and you're just going to line it up where you need it to overlap. So you're going to use all 4 pieces. And you're just going to manipulate them where you're hiding those corners on the end, but then bringing the next one up to it. Okay, and then now we can take this one. Huh, that's weird that it just does it for a few seconds. I don't know. These video gamers, I tell you what. It's normally my son. My son is normally the one who's in there playing on the video games and messes me up, but I told him he has to start getting off of there when mom's doing videos. But I will let you guys know that once I get moved out to the barn, I'm going to have my very own internet. Whoop, 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 whoop. Yep, so then I won't have these goofy guys messing up my internet. And that's what my husband said. He goes, I can go out there and I can get that new internet hooked up for you out there. He goes, then you'll have your own, then you won't have to worry about it. And I go, yeah, but I don't have all my stuff out there. I go, and I really don't want to be like panicking to get myself ready for the video and then not have all the things that I need. I told him, I go, I would just rather just wait. So that's what we decided to do. So then I have the week to get everything prepared for myself. Did you guys see what I did? I'm sure you guys were all yelling at me going, wait a minute, you have another piece there. So the little strip that goes on the inside of my card, I need to do the same thing to it and get the green on that as well. And I'm sure as I am out there working and stuff, I'm sure I'll have to move things a million times just so I make sure that things are handy where I need them and whatnot, because I won't be working at this desk anymore. This desk will be out there, but I'm actually going to be sitting at the bigger desk that used to be at my mom's house when you guys used to watch me when I went over to my mom's. She gave me her big desk, and it actually is so much easier to work on because it's super wide. This desk is not very wide at all. It's probably like 15, maybe 17 inches deep. So I always get myself so clustered in here that the other desk is, God, probably like maybe 32 inches deep. So it's really, really deep so that I can spread out and have my stuff all around me instead of feeling like I'm all closed in here with all my stuff on top of me and I'm not losing everything all the time. So this little strip right here, this goes on the inside of our card, just like that. So we carry that beautiful look to the inside. Now I should have did this before I glued it, but I'm just gonna wipe that off. So that's gonna go on the inside. Now, to get our star down, we do have, now I don't have it. I have an older gold twine. Now, the new stuff that we carry is called the, let me look really quick. just so if you need some gold, like trim, we have the gold twisted thread. Now that will be available to you guys on Thursday, or on November 1st is when you guys can get that, because it is a part of our upcoming online exclusives. But for now, since I don't have that, I forgot to order that. I still have some of this left over. This is from the Simply Elegant trim. Now this came in gold and silver. So I'm just going to use what I have here. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this and just wrap this around, if I can hang on to it, 3 fingers, and I'm just going to wrap it twice. Like so. So any kind of gold thread that you have will work for this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Stampin' seal and just right over here on this bottom portion here, I'm just going to take and just pull some of this down. And then I'm going to take my ends and just kind of mess with this and just adhere that down here. Kind of like so. You can tape it down. You can do it however you like, whatever makes you happy and makes your piece stick. Then what we're going to do is we are going to take our star and we are going to, I think I need a little bit of this brought up here. I want more of that to be visible. Then I'm going to take my star and I'm going to put dimensionals on the back of this. And once you put the dimensionals down, it will definitely hold this down as well. Some people I've seen, they take a bow and they make it into a bow. I'm just kind of just straggling it on there. Okay, then I'm going to take my sentiment and I'm just going to pop this right over the center of that, just like so. And then you can kind of pull on these and get them to kind of sit how you want. There we go. I like that. All right, and then I'm going to bring in, these are the Neutrals Adhesive Back Sequence. I'm just going to use a few of these gold ones here. I'm going to put that one there, take a bigger one, add it over here, and then another little one there. Now we've got 3 more sentiments on here besides this one for the star. We've got Baking Spirits Bright, Wishing You a Holly Jolly Christmas, and Sweet Wishes. I think I'm going to do Wishing You a Holly Jolly Christmas. Okay, I'm going to take that. And again, grabbing our shaded spruce. Yeah, my friend was over the other day and she was helping me trying to figure out how we're going to decorate, because that's what I told her. I said, I go, decorating is not my forte. Like, I am not good at decorating. And so I told her, I go, I definitely need your help when it comes to decorating, because she's really into that rustic look. So she actually got on the internet and she was finding me some really neat like barn wood look. So I think we're going to do like half the walls in there, just come up to a half point with the wood look, the old barn pieces of wood, and have those go up halfway through the building. And I think I'm only going to do one wall, an accent wall, and then do a trim around the center in a very, very, very pale pink, so it matches my pink barn. So just many things that she has caught kind of going through my mind, and she is willing to come out, and she's really good at decorating. So I was like, yep. I was like, I need you. And she's like, hey, why don't you do like those old shutters that were on like old homes? Why don't you do those on your windows? And then she said, take a shelf and go across the center of your window. Remember back in the day when they used to set like the old pies up on the kitchen window so they could cool and dry? She's like, it'd be really cute if you got like just a statue of a pie and hung that up there. It would really give you that rustic look. And I was like, yes, see, this is why I need you. All right, so there is our first cute card here. May your days be merry and bright, wishing you a holly jolly Christmas. Isn't that really cute, but simple again, but it does have that elegant look. So here's another one that I did in real red. Did the same exact technique with the gold around the edge of the star. Did it on this one also. Did that gold trim back there. I didn't do the inside of this one, but this is two different color combinations that are really easy and pretty that you could recreate and really have a neat card on the fly if you need it. All right, so that is card number 1. All right, let me set that aside. And then let's do card number 2. Let me get some of my stuff cleaned up here. Okay, card number 2. Now, card number 2 is kind of like the sweet treat card. We're going to be making almost like a cookie with this. Okay, so our base is crumb cake. This is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Yeah, I thought the green would be really pretty in that too, but again, you could do that in any color. You know how pretty it would be if you even did it in like a berry burst, or even in petunia pop, or any of our, like, it'd be kind of pretty in pink as well. But of course, that's where my brain goes, is something pink. Okay, this is going to be a landscape card. I need a piece of, this is also crumb cake. This is 4 1/4 by 5.5, so it's the same exact size as our card base here. We're also going to be using, this is the center stripe ribbon in pecan pie. I have a scrap of pecan pie and a scrap of very vanilla. So what we're going to do is we are going to grab, this is this snowflake image right here. And you could do this 2 ways. You could either stamp this tone on tone with crumb cake. So that would work. Or what I have decided to do is I've decided to use my Versamark because it has more of a lighter look to it. But again, you could use crumb cake on here and really make this beautiful. So I'm going to just take this and just add this up in the corner here. Flipping this back and forth, doing different looks to this. Just really getting this background all snowflaked up. Okay, just keep adding your snowflakes until you have the whole thing the way you want it and covered. Okay, perfect. And as that sits, those images are just going to become darker and darker as that ink kind of penetrates and marinates into that paper. But I know you guys can't see it as I'm stamping it, so hopefully you guys can kind of see how that has added a really neat little background on the back of this. Again, if you were to use the crumb cake ink on the crumb cake paper, it's going to give you a deeper, darker look. And so that would be really pretty as well. I just wanted that light look to it. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 2 strips of this and I'm just going to cut it. I want it to hang over about 3/4 of an inch so I can adhere those down. So I'm going to do it again. I'm going to use 2 strips of this ribbon. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the first one and I'm going to go about an inch up and then grab the piece here and then flip that over, and I'm just going to tape that side. I'm just using regular Scotch tape. And then run that down the card, my layer here. Flip that around there. Tape that, and then doing the same thing. I'm going to put this right next to it, but leaving a small gap there. I'm going to tape that. All right, then grab this and bring it around. Watching my margin in between those so we keep them pretty even. Okay, so there is my card front layer. So what we can do with this now is we can go ahead and adhere this down to our card front. So I'm just going to take my adhesive, just go right over that ribbon like it's not even there. And I'm going to adhere this right to the front of my card. Just like so. Hold that down for just a couple of seconds. Make sure that gets a good adhesion on that card base. And then there is our card front. Then what we're going to do is we are going to grab, with that same ink pad, that Versamark, we are going to take the little, he looks like a little gingerbread star cookie, and we are going to stamp him. But first I'm going to grab my little embossing buddy here just to rub this across there, make sure there's no finger oils or anything on that, because we're going to emboss on this. So I'm going to stamp up my star in that Versamark. I'm just going to do this right in the center here, just like so. Okay, there's that star. And then I'm going to grab my white embossing powder. And now using my little tweezers, I'm going to just grab a hold of that, grab my spoon, and then apply that to there, and then tap off all the extra. Now I want to make sure I close this so my heat doesn't come in contact with any more of this powder. And then grabbing my heat tool, I'm going to apply the heat to that embossing powder. Okay, wait for all that to melt. Okay, hang my heat tool back up. Oh my goodness. Okay. Now with this, I'm going to now take my punch. Try to get that down in there. And I'm going to line that up so it punches this out just like so. Okay, there's my little ginger star. Then with my little peppermint, real red and white adhesive back peppermints. Now, these were back in stock for a minute, legitimate, like a minute, and then they were gone. So it looks like they're supposed to be due to come back in the store. Oh, geez, hold on a minute. I looked at that other thing, I clicked off of that. So it looks like they're due to be back in the shop November 18th or the week of November 18th. So I will keep you guys posted. I'll make sure I post it as soon as it comes back, because if you have been waiting for these, you are going to want to get them ASAP, because I'm pretty sure that will be the last time Stampin' Up! Restocks the shelf for these. So I'm going to come up here with the little tiny ones, and I'm going to do 1, 2, because they've already restocked these either 2 or 3 times, and they have sold out every single time. But look at them. They're just stinking adorable. So I'm not sure, because it be coming so close to the end of the season, if they would actually order them again. I don't know. So there are my 3 cute little peppermint candies on that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my dimensionals and again add those to the back of this. And then he's just going to go right towards the top of that. Just like so. Isn't he so cute? Love him. Then on my little piece of, yeah, if I can use my brain. On my little piece of Very Vanilla scrap here, I'm going to take my real red along with the sentiment that says Sweet Wishes. So just this cute little word here. And I'm just going to stamp that on there. Now, what you could do is you could cut this out with just your trimmer and then flag the ends. Or what I thought would be kind of cute is, because this has little stitching on it, these are the Stylish Shapes dies. Now there is these, of course, the one that I need. There are these borders, these banners in here. Now, as you can see, this is super long for this, but I'm going to show you guys a trick to make that shorter, because this one here is just too short and would cut off some of our letters. So I'm going to show you guys how to use this to shorten this up. So let me grab my cutter here. I could probably use my little one, but it's up top, so we're just gonna do this one. Yes, I bought a bunch of shelves that once my desk comes out of here, my husband is going to have his shelves set up in here that he can display all of his Legos. He is so excited. He's out there actually building one of the modular buildings right now. I put together the Nightmare Before Christmas Lego set a couple weeks ago. So I told him, I go, now it's your turn. I said, I did my due diligence when it came to building my Halloween spooky Lego set. So now it's his turn. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the one end where I want it placed on my sentiment. So I'm going to take that, lay that down. I'm going to then grab a piece of my washi tape, just so I make sure this stays in place and doesn't shift around on me. Okay, and I'm just gonna lay that right over my sentiment. Then I'm gonna cut that out. And you're gonna see that it's gonna leave a whole big gap on the left-hand side. Yes, a gingerbread star. Isn't he cute? Okay, and then I'm gonna take my washi off. Get rid of that. Now when I take this out, like I said, you're gonna see that I have this whole big spot over here. Now, don't get me wrong, if I had the star over here, I could tuck this underneath there, and like if I didn't have the dimensionals, I could tuck that underneath there and we could call it good. Nobody would know the difference, but I'm not gonna do it that way. So what I want to do is there are all these little dots on here, kind of that little tickety marks. And I'm just going to place this where I want it on the other side. So now I'm going to have this indentation cut this part off. And then now I've made a tag the exact size that I need. Just like so. So just like magic, I have cut off the end. I've cut off the end that I don't need. And there is the perfect size little banner that I have created using my big banner. And then that little piece came off of there. So you can do that with your longer banners if you need to shorten them down. That works really well for that. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a mini dimensional over on the left-hand side, and then I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on the right. Okay, and then this is just going to go right like so, right over the top of that ribbon. Hold that for a second, and look how cute that is. Isn't that adorable? Now you could take more or, you know, of some of your little peppermints and add them around, but I just thought that they were really cute on his tummy. That adds your embellishments on there. So then for the inside, I am going to grab a very vanilla piece. Now I have to cut this down because it's pretty long. So I need a 4 by 5 1/4. Is this 5 1/4? Not quite. So then what I decided I would do is I'm going to take my crumb cake. Or actually, I'm not going to use crumb cake. I'm going to use pecan pie. And using that snowflake, I'm just going to add this just like so on the side of that. Now you could keep going. You could go all the way around this if you wanted to. You could do it here and then flip this around and go here as well and have it be on both sides, but I like it just on the one side. Then we're bringing some of those snowflakes from the front, again, taking some of that prettiness on the front into the inside. And so it says sweet wishes. So now I think I'm going to grab that sentiment that says baking spirits bright, because we do have this really cute little gingerbread. And so right here, baking spirits bright. And I'm going to do that in real red since we have the sentiment on the outside in real red. I'm going to stamp that actually down here in this bottom corner-ish. Just like so. Thing that gives you all that space to write to your recipient. Oh, I'm telling you, my husband is a Lego, I won't say the word, but yeah, he's a major Lego guy. I told him, I said, I go, you missed the boat as being like the young teenager or kid playing with the Legos. I'm like, you're an adult that does it now. But he belongs to all these like Lego different pages and all this kind of stuff where they actually create their own mock-up sets from leftover Legos that they have. He goes and he just goes crazy. So like when we were up in Phoenix on Friday getting my shelves and stuff up at IKEA, he texts me and he goes, you have to go by the Lego store, because we don't have a Lego store down here in Tucson. So he was like, you need to stop at the mall up there and go. I was like, I am not doing that. I was like, I'll go in there and I'll just buy everything, because I'll just see, I'm a typical woman. I see it and I want it. And they have some of the neatest Lego sets out. So I would just go crazy. So I told him, I go, no, I'm not going in there. I was like, so, hey, maybe you and our son can drive up there and get whatever it is that you're looking for. I'm like, then you can get him out of the house too. So I think that's probably what they're going to do, is drive up there within the next like week or so and go up there to the Lego store so they can kind of have an outing and have fun. So there is card number 2. Can you guys see those snowflakes a little bit better on here now that they're kind of starting to darken up with that Versamark? And then there is the inside of our card. Super, again, not a lot going on, but really cute card. So that is card number 2. I did want to show you something that I kind of played around with. So in the catalog, and it's not sticking very well. So in the catalog, there is a wreath made of these stars. So I was like, hey, I'm going to recreate one of those little wreaths because I just thought they were super cute. So I scored all my little stars to make them kind of have that little popped up look to them. And then I kind of just did this little Santa Claus over here. But then I know there's lots of things that I would change now that I've done that, because it doesn't lay flat. And I mean, when it's hanging up, that probably doesn't really matter. But when you're putting them together, that's why it's probably not sticking that well, because I've taken this thing apart and put it back together probably 1,025 times because I couldn't get it to look circular. And because I'm like, I wouldn't say that I'm OCD, but because I'm kind of a perfectionist, I wanted it to be circular, and I can't achieve that. And maybe it's because I need to go bigger with it. Maybe that's what it needs to do. But I just wanted to give it a shot and see. So I'll keep messing around with it and probably come up with another one. I really liked the glitter paper on here. Just kind of gives it some shimmer and shine. And then I hang it right over here above my desk, so I can just kind of see this cute little wreath. And then it's my little Christmas like project that I put together. So there's that. I just wanted to share with you guys. Okay, so let's do our last card here. This last card is so cute. Oh, I love it. Okay, so let me get this out of the way. So this one, put my inside piece up there. So this one is using cherry cobbler, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. We're just going to, again, come in here and give that a good crease. There's our card. Then I have used this really cute vintagey looking Christmas paper. Now this is the paper called Sentimental Christmas. Again, this has the little deer in there. I've used this for quite a few little projects. I think this paper is just adorable. Look, you've got some snowflakes in your pecan pie. And it's just really, really cute paper. And so I have a piece. This is 4 by 5 1/4. This is going to go down as my first layer. I have a piece of our real red, or no, that is cherry cobbler. So it is this paper here. It is festive 12 by 12 glimmer paper. It comes in 2 sheets of 12 by 12 in the cherry cobbler, 2 sheets 12 by 12 garden green, and 2 sheets 12 by 12 of granny apple green. So look how amazing this paper is. So there is the cherry cobbler. Here is the garden green, and then wait till you see this granny apple. Isn't that so amazing? Oh, this paper is delish, let me tell you guys. If you guys have not placed an order for any of this glimmer paper, I highly, highly recommend you grab this. Because this, you guys can use it, even if you don't use it all up this year on cards, it is something you're going to want to have for many Christmases to come. Okay, and then I have a scrap of white here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my deckled circle dies. And I think I'm going to use, I think it's this one. Let me see. Yep, it's this one here. So this circle is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is the 8th from the smallest. And this measures, this is 3.5 inches. So you'll know if you go to recreate this. And then my paper is a 3 3/4 by 3 3/4 square. So let me cut this out. Oh, that's the other thing I have to share with you guys. I have cards that I have had sitting here that people have sent me. And every Monday when I go live, I'm always like, I have to show those cards. So I set them right up here in front of me thinking that'll remind me. But then every single time I forget to share them with you guys. So I have to make sure that I share them tonight. I've gotten some of the cutest cards and I definitely want to make sure that I share. Okay, so there is the deckled circle that we're going to be using. And so I'm going to go ahead and just adhere this piece right on my card base. So just like so. I'm also going to be using my 1 3/4 inch punch. Now you can use any smallish circle that you have. So for this, I am going to stamp both Mr. Claus and Mrs. Claus. So let me grab her. These are so cute. Okay, this is when I'm going to need my Memento black ink because I'm going to be coloring my little Santas in my Stampin' blends. So I want to make sure that my black ink is not going to be affected from my ink pens. So there's Santa. And here's Mrs. Claus. Let's set those back there. And then I'm going to be using Baking Spirits Bright. I'm going to stamp that in Cherry Cobbler. But for this, since I have a smaller scrap here, I'm going to actually punch my circle first so I don't screw anything up. And I'm just going to stamp right in the center of that. Okay. Now I need my Cherry Cobbler. I'm going to set my little circle aside. We are going to go ahead and color these. I also need my light black. I need my light smoky slate. I need these two here. This is the, these are part of our Naturals blends. And so this one is SU 900 and this is SU 1000. What else do I need? Oh, I need my shaded spruce. And then I need shaded spruce here. And I think, oh, no, we need yellow. Then I'm going to use the dark Daffodil Delight. Okay, so those are the colors that I'm going to need. So first off, I'm going to start with my dark cherry. And just coming down here, like where the crease of his sleeve would be, there would be kind of a dark shadow in there. And then around his beard, that would be shadowing his outfit. Okay, like so. I'm going to do the same thing on this arm here. And then I'm going to come down below his belt here, because there would be a shadow from his belt. And then I'm going to take that kind of down into his legs, like his belly is big and shadowing his legs. Okay. Then I'm going to take my light Cherry Cobbler. And I'm going to come in here and color the rest of his outfit, blending that in with that dark. Okay, just keep adding those colors together to get that to blend nicely. Okay, and then come down here to the bottom of his pants. On his pant legs. Get those colors to blend together. We don't want any harsh colors. There we go. That looks pretty cute. Oh, we got to do his hat. So just this little tiny area up in his hat here. There we go. Then I'm going to take the SU 1000 and I'm going to do his nose and I'm going to do his little mouth here. That is more of a pinker tint to it. Then with the SU 900, I'm going to do his face. Okay, then let's grab the light black. And the light black, I'm just going to do his belt and his shoes. Oops, and his shoes. Then let's grab the gray. And with the gray, I'm going to use the kind of the brush tip, and I'm just going to lightly flick through his beard. Because he's been going down those chimneys. He's got kind of an ashy looking beard here. He's got some soot in there. Okay, and then I'm going to do his gloves because they were white, but again, he's gone down all these chimneys. So there's that. Let's also take our dark daffodil and do his little belt buckle for that little gold look. Okay, he is done. Now we're going to work on Mrs. Claus here. Again, coming in with the SU 900, we are going to do her face. Now her ears are covered by her hair. SU 1000, we're going to come in and do her little nose. And then we're going to add her some little rosy cheeks here. Then let's do her hair. Let's grab the light smoky slate. And again, with that brush tip, I'm just going to come down here and grab around her hair the way that it's kind of flowing. And then up in her little bun, just like that. Okay. Then I'm going to do her gloves as well. Because she's been in the kitchen baking. And then I'm going to grab the dark. And I'm going to come in here and do the same thing on her sleeves. Okay, then take the light and blend everything. Being very careful around all of those ruffles on her sleeves. We're going to leave those white. Okay, let's do the ruffles over here on this sleeve. Okay. Now we're gonna do the ruffles around her apron. This is probably the most time-consuming part, is doing these ruffles. He doesn't have anything like that, so I guess the more time-consuming on him is probably going around his beard. Okay, and let's do her little shoes. We're gonna do those in the light black. We're gonna leave her little pantaloons white. Then what I'm gonna do to her apron, because I don't need the dark, I don't need the dark one. I think I'm just gonna use light. I'm gonna use the light shaded spruce. So I'm just going to do the inside of the apron here, leave her little ruffles white. Okay, and there they both are done. So let me move some of these pins out of the way. And my punch disappeared too. So let's do Santy. And then we'll do Mrs. Claus. All right. Then here are our cute little characters. So what I'm gonna do with her first is I'm gonna pop her up. If I can find what I did with my dimensionals. Now she's gonna go kind of over here onto the side of this circle, like that. Mr. Claus is gonna come right over here. So for him, he just needs a couple of dimensionals here. When I was little, we did not have a chimney. Dad said Santa would come through the keyhole. Yeah, right? Because look, I mean, he would fit, right? You know, parents would tell us that anything to try to make us believe in Santa, and those were the good old days. Like, I really believe that I believed in Santa for a long time. My cousins kind of spoiled it for me because they were older than me. And so I remember being at my grandparents' house and me knowing that Santa was going to come. Now, Santa would come to my house and leave me presents. And then Santa would also come to Grandma and Grandpa's house where the whole family would gather. And then he would leave us kids gifts there. But my cousins were turds and they always had to ruin things. So I remember, like, I was probably, like, if you look at it nowadays, I was extremely old for believing in Santa, but I was probably about like 13, 14 when they kind of dropped that on me, that Santa was not real, and that just kind of crushed me. I mean, and it's all in the spirit, right? It's all in the magic of what you believe. So my mom was really good at always making Christmas so like magical. And that's what I tell her. I go, I wish I could have done half of that for my kids, because I don't think I was good at doing it. My mom was magnificent at like keeping, see, I screwed up. I shouldn't have put glue on that. Okay, so this star is gonna go, or this circle's gonna go right like that on that. There we go, that works. So yeah, my mom was really good at making Christmas so magical. So did my grandparents. I remember when we would all gather at Grandma and Grandpa's house, and all of us kids would sit on the floor, and me being the only girl, because I had all boy cousins, I couldn't wait, because they were all getting like Star Wars and cars, but I knew I was gonna get a new baby doll, or I was gonna get something like frilly and girly. And so, and of course, even though the boys were boys, they still wanted to see what I got, because they were all getting those things. And then mine was always kind of just different from what they would get, because of course I was the girl. Okay, I also have another piece of this ribbon just sitting here. Now, this ribbon is on back stock right now. This is that beautiful satin ribbon. This is the cherry cobbler with the gold. It's called cherry cobbler and gold ribbon. So yeah, it is beautiful. Oh, thank you so much, Wendy. I appreciate all the thumbs up. Absolutely. So it looks like the cherry cobbler and gold satin ribbon is due to be in the week of the 11th of November. So just to let you guys know, that's not going to be gone forever. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this circle and I'm going to place it right here. It was kind of the same thing. I mean, my mom, because I was an only child, she always tried to make all the holidays like just so good. And that's what I told her. I go, the memories that I have of our holidays, like those things, you can't take away the memories. And that's what I told her. I said, I go, I wish I would have been more about doing that with my kids, but I just don't have a knack to it like my mom did. But then again, like she said, she goes, but you have to understand, I was doing it with one, you're doing it with three. There's a big difference when you have more than one kid and you're trying to do all those things. And I'm like, well, true, because back then we didn't have the money to make Christmas be this big, huge thing, because we were kind of struggling back then when my kids were little. And like my mom said, my mom goes, I only had to pay for one kid. You have to pay for three. So it makes things a lot different. Yes, my mom is still alive. Yep. She lives in the house actually right, like probably 50 feet away from us. So yeah, I tell her all the time. And they're like, when I was growing up, Cabbage Patch Kids, I'm sure you guys remember what those were. Cabbage Patch Kids came out, I think it was like the first one was introduced right around my birthday. And my aunt bought me my very first Cabbage Patch Kid. And then it was like a disaster from there, because I wanted all of them, because every year they would come out with this really cool Cabbage Patch Kid. And I was really into my dolls. Like my dolls were my thing. Because being an only child, I had to have quite an imagination. So my dolls were my babies, and they all had names, and and my mom always made sure that I had like a million outfits for them. I had a stroller. I had the bassinet. I mean, I was a spoiled brat, let me just tell you. I was extremely spoiled. Yes, I will admit it. I had all the things. And so I remember one Christmas, my mom went and got me like everything for the Cabbage Patch Kid. And it was from Santa. And I walked out Christmas morning, and that's what I tell her. I go, I will never forget this Christmas. I walked out and there was so much under the Christmas tree. Like, it blows my mind nowadays because I know what things cost. So like, to think of what she spent that Christmas on me. Like, there was Barbie houses, there was a bicycle, there was so much. And she just said, she goes, because you were what I had. So she said, it all went to you. And I'm like, well, I mean, okay, but yeah, like I just told her, I go, it was so magical. Like back then it was Santa. Santa did that. Like it wasn't my mom until you get older and then you realize, and then you're like, holy crap, my mom really went big. Like she really made times magical. She still does things special, the fancy coffee. You are so right. It's so funny because even though, you know, I'm much older now, she still makes things magical. Even birthdays still at my age. Like I'm gonna be 48 this year. And it's like she still will make sure that she goes all out. Now, she does the same thing for my kids also. She always just, everything's got to be big, like go big or go home. But she's always made my kids' Christmas very, very much a huge thing. And even when we couldn't do things, they always could not wait to go to grandma's because grandma always went big. And I would always tell her, I'm like, Mom, you got to stop going so big. I don't have enough room. I don't have a big enough house for all the things. Yes, I was just a youngster. Absolutely. And so it's, those are just things that you kind of look back on, and, you know, having those memories really mean a lot. Like, because when I think of like when my husband and I talk about it, he is a family of, there's 5 of them because there's 3 of them by his dad, and then there was 2 older kids when they were born. So I'm just taking another piece of this paper here. I'm going to cut this at 3/4 of an inch by 4, and this is going to go on the bottom of my inside. So for him, they got all hand-me-downs. And so it really kind of breaks my heart for him because I told him, I go, when we talk about Christmas, it just wasn't magical for him. It just, he didn't have that. And it's sad. Like it really like hurts my heart. And that's what I told him. I go, it makes me so sad for you. Like his parents would go to the Goodwill and get them Christmas presents. And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that. It's just that he didn't have that magical moment that he can like think back on. He does remember 1 or 2 Christmases that his stepdad went out and bought him and his sister, but it was for both of them. It wasn't just for one of them. That him and his sister got this big, what is it called? Jurassic Park encagement thing that from the movies, if you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. And it came with all the dinosaurs and stuff. That is like what he can remember. And I'm like, well, see, I mean, you at least have some memories. He goes, yeah, but nothing like yours. I go, but then again, you have to remember, I was an only child. So you can't really compare apples to oranges. So, you know, it is what it is. But it's just kind of crazy when you sit and you talk to somebody about what their memories are and you compare your memories. Sometimes it's just sad. But, oh well. All right, so there is card number 3. Isn't that so cute? I love this glitter paper behind here. Then you've got some of that sparkly gold. Mom used to make us clothes until Dad made a snide comment and then she stopped. Aw, that's sad. My grandma used to make us clothes, especially, again, she had fun making the frilly dresses for me. So we would used to play, like, we had a shop. And so she was really good because my grandparents didn't have a lot of money, but it was always things that were made. She made us clothes, and even for my Barbie dolls, she would like crochet Barbie clothes for me. She had a trunk inside of her, one of the back bedrooms, and it was nothing but like clothes that she would either piece together or she would find them at like a thrift shop and she would add little frilly lace to them. But there was this, we would play shop and one of us would be like the customer, like me and my cousins and stuff. We had a great imagination back then. But then again, we didn't have all the technology that we have nowadays for our kids. Like nowadays, my kids didn't really have an imagination because they all wanted to play video games or they wanted to play technology. That we went outside, we played, we had to like build forts. We just did a lot of fun things like that. So it's just the difference in the generations and ages and that kind of stuff. But yeah, it was fun. So that's cool that and that's sad that she stopped making the clothes for you, because, you know, that's things that you think about now. All right, so there is card number 3. Let me bring in all 3 cards to share with you. So there are all 3 of my cards using the Sweetest Star bundle. They are all 3 very different, but again, so cute and unique in their own ways. So I hope you guys enjoy this. Again, with a $35 order and my current host code, you will get all the projects in the mail, along with a project sheet that is all written out on how to put these together. You can always come in and watch this video again. So yeah, so there are the 3 cards. Now let me share with you guys, so I don't forget again, all the cards that I have sitting here. So this one here came from Miss Wendy. Miss Wendy sent me a birthday card. It says, wishing you the happiest of birthday. I love the colors of this, Wendy. This card is just gorgeous. So yes, my birthday is November 10th, coming up so soon. I'm going to be 48 this year. And so she just made my day, because I got this beautiful card that I can share with everybody. So thank you so much, Wendy. And then this one here came from Janice. Janice sent me this really pretty card. Look at these little scalloped squares that she added here onto this gorgeous embossed paper here. And it says, just a note to let you know that someone thought of you today. Isn't that so cool? So she was thanking me for sending her catalogs. Then there's this one. This one came from, this one is from, I think, yep, this one's from Vicky Bowler. So Vicky sent me this beautiful fun fold. Thanks for making me smile. And of course it's pink, because she knew that I love the pink. Kimberly, her grandma used to crochet Barbie clothes for her too. How fun is that? So yeah, isn't this cute? I just love this card. And it's really kind of a thick card. Like, she did so many layers on top of layers to make this beautiful card. And so that she sent me just to thank me for the cards and the stamp set that I had sent her, and to congratulate me for my Silver Elite status. Very cool. And then today I got this one in the mail. Now this came from Bonnie Bletchell. So this is from Bonnie. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful fall card. I love these big oak leaves. They just totally make me feel so festive for the fall. It says, happy fall, y'all. And she was, again, thanking me for all the items that I have sent her. She loves my weekly kits, so she always makes sure she places an order to get those kits from me. So yeah, so festive, right? All right, you guys. So I am glad that I finally got to share those, because, again, I've been hanging on to them and I want to go display them, but I wanted to make sure that if I put them somewhere, I'm not going to remember to do it. I can't even remember when they're in front of my face, but all right, you guys, have yourselves a wonderful week. Happy Halloween. And I will be sure that I get that video up for you guys for the alternatives for the October paper pumpkin. That is called the Nests of Christmas. Also, don't forget to take advantage of those promotions before they are done by Halloween. And I will see you guys. I was born in 1976. My birthday is November 10th. So I was a bicentennial baby. And my mom had my room decorated in all red, white, and blue with the stars and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, pretty crazy. But thank you guys so much for letting me share my stories. Thank you guys for coming in here and sharing your stories with me. I love hearing from you guys. It just makes my day. My sons were born 77 and 78. See, and the wild thing is my husband, this is going to blow your socks off. My husband was born in 82. Yeah, I'm kind of a cradle robber. I'm always like, do they call me a cradle robber or do they call me a cougar? What's the difference with that? Yeah, he's 6 years younger than me. But it's really funny because my friend and her husband are exactly the same, but it's opposite. Her husband is the same age as me and born in 76, and she is the younger one, born the same year as my husband. So it's kind of a hoot when we get together because they were more of those like 80s babies, and me and her husband will get to talking because we were kind of already like almost 10, or not 10, but I mean, we were 6 when they were born. So it's like we talk more about the 80s as if we know more about it because they were born, they were still little. So it's just kind of cute. All right, you guys, have a wonderful week. Miss Cougar, take care of yourselves. Be safe out there. And I will see you guys next Monday, which will be November 4th. And we will have some more beautiful cards to share. All right, you guys, have a good night. Bye-bye.